Why nude photography is really about control of attention. Have you ever wondered what actually makes a photograph powerful? Many people assume it is about sharpness, expensive equipment, or perfect models. But in reality, one of the most important skills in photography is something far more subtle. Control of attention. Especially in nude photography, the photographer is not simply capturing a subject. They are guiding the viewer's eyes through a carefully designed visual experience. Today, we're exploring why nude photography is really about controlling attention. Let's start with a simple truth. When a person looks at a photograph, their eyes do not stay in one place. They move, they scan, they search for meaning, and in the first few seconds, the viewer decides what matters most in the image. A skilled photographer understands this instinct. They do not allow the viewer to look everywhere at once. Instead, they create direction. They lead the eye. This is where composition becomes essential. Lines, shapes, and positioning all influence where attention goes first. A curve can guide the eye gently across the frame. A diagonal line can create movement and energy. Empty space can slow the viewer down, forcing them to focus. Nothing in the frame is accidental. Every element has a purpose. In nude photography, this becomes even more important. Because the human body naturally draws attention, it must be carefully balanced within the image. If everything in the frame competes for attention, the result becomes chaotic. But when the photographer understands control, the image becomes intentional. The viewer no longer looks everywhere. They are guided. One of the most powerful tools for controlling attention is light. Light is not just illumination. It is direction. Bright areas naturally attract the eye. Dark areas naturally recede. By carefully shaping light and shadow, photographers decide what is seen first, and what is discovered later. This creates a visual hierarchy inside the image. Some parts are immediate, others are hidden, and some are revealed only after a longer look. This slow discovery is what keeps viewers engaged. Another important technique is simplicity. When too many elements exist in a frame, attention becomes scattered. But when the composition is minimal, the viewer has no choice but to focus. This is why many powerful nude photographs use clean backgrounds, controlled environments, and limited distractions. The subject becomes the center of attention, not because they are exposed, but because everything unnecessary has been removed. But control of attention is not only technical, it is psychological. Human beings are naturally drawn to what is partially hidden. The mind tries to complete what it cannot fully see. This is why suggestion is often more powerful than full disclosure. What is implied often carries more emotional weight than what is fully revealed. A shadowed form, a partially lit figure, a moment captured mid-motion. These create curiosity, and curiosity keeps the viewer engaged longer. Another key idea is emotional direction. A photograph is not just about where the eye goes. It is about what the viewer feels while looking. A carefully composed image can guide emotion just as much as it guides vision. Soft light may create calmness. Sharp contrast may create tension. Stillness may create introspection. Movement may create energy. The photographer is shaping not only sight, but experience. In this way, nude photography becomes less about the subject itself and more about the structure of perception. What the viewer sees first, what they notice second, what they discover later, and what they remember afterward. The most powerful images are not the ones that show everything at once. They are the ones that unfold slowly, where meaning reveals itself over time, where attention is not overwhelmed, but guided. And this is the true art behind nude photography. Not simply capturing the human body, but designing how it is seen. Because in the end, photography is not just about what is in the frame. It is about what the viewer chooses to see, and what the photographer carefully leads them to notice. Thank you for listening. Join us next time as we explore more ideas from the world of photography, art, and visual storytelling. Until then, remember, a great photograph does not just capture attention, it directs it.